Drew, this is a tough place to start, but it's where we have to start, unfortunately, talking about Oregon. Such a tough ending in double overtime. How do you process a loss like that?
Yeah, I mean, I always talk about it with Danny a lot. It's just a 24-hour rule. Whether you win the game or lose the game, however it folds out, if you play good, play bad, just give yourself 24 hours to, reflect on that game. But as soon as you flip the page, it's kind of foot to the gas, no breaks from there, and all focus is on UCLA now.
I love that. You do obviously go back and watch film, though. So, what stuck out to you, whether it be good or bad, that you want to carry forward, learn from that last game?
Yeah, I think the things we wanted to learn from was just starting faster. I think that kind of hurt us in the beginning of the game. Really, the first half, it was a slow first half for us, but then we really got rolling towards the back half of the third quarter once we went down 14 points. And I think that's the type of offense we can be every possession. Now it's just about really going out there and doing it. And I think I was really proud of all the guys and how we fought back, resiliency and that sort of thing, because it could be easy just to be down 17-3, quit at that point, but find a way to fight back and get back in the game. Obviously, defense did a great job in that second half too of coming up with huge stops, being able to give us the ball back, and be able to go down and tie the game. And obviously, everything shook out the way it did, but it's just about learning from it. The season's not over in September, so we just gotta keep moving forward and keep getting better.
We've talked about this before. Something that you really have worked on is just the positive self talk.
Mhm.
So, in a week like this, you have your 24-hour rule and you're moving forward, but how do you balance, critiquing yourself, making sure you're going back and looking at that past film, but also staying mentally positive?
Yeah, it's definitely a balance for sure because I've been on both sides of it. Maybe when I was younger, being too positive almost and overlooking the things that I wasn't, doing well enough, and then definitely being too hard on myself and not giving myself enough grace. Because there was opportunities in that game that I did miss, but I did make a handful of plays happen for us, and I was proud of that part of it. But again, like it's how football is. You're never going to play perfect. It's just living every play one play at a time. And I think I've done a better job of that this year so far. And Danny and Coach Franklin, helped me a ton, and Coach K do a ton for me on the sideline and that sort of thing, and throughout the week to put me in those positions to just lock back in and focus on our 6 second mentality.
That's what I like to hear. And you mentioned it. We've got a big one coming up this weekend. Every game's a big game. Facing UCLA, a program that has struggled quite a bit so far this season, but they still have a ton of talent over there. They have an interim coach going on. What's the message that you and your coaches have given this team to just make sure you're not overlooking an 0-4 team that you're going up against?
Yeah, for sure. I think it always starts with us. We're always going to be worried about our process at the end of the day, and how we're preparing. And every week our preparation and game planning should be better than the last week, just because we're getting more experience and that sort of thing. And I think for us as an offensive side of the ball, it's just about going out there and playing our brand of football, playing the way we played towards the end of that game in regulation, and just going out there and putting our best foot forward, because you only get so many opportunities to kind of go out on Saturdays in the fall and just play football, and just enjoying these opportunities that we have. And obviously, first road trip, and we're going out west, so it's going to be a long road trip, but it'll be a good time to just build the chemistry with each other and spend time together.
What's the travel plan for you guys to get out there?
We leave Thursday, like morning-ish, and then we'll be out there Thursday, Friday, and then obviously Saturday. But yeah, so we were kind of experienced for the guys that were here last year, because obviously we went out to USC last year, so it's pretty similar to that plan. So I think we have a really good plan, and we've been through it once or twice now with going back to last year, going out to the USC and like the Fiesta Bowl and that sort of thing. So I think we have a very veteran team that knows what to expect, and it's a business trip at the end of the day.
Oh, it's a business trip. The Rose Bowl is one of the most iconic venues in college football. You've been there once before, but what will it mean for you to step out onto that field for the first time as a Penn State starting quarterback?
I mean, really excited. I grew up watching all the Rose Bowl games growing up, and that was a huge core memory of mine. Like I always remember watching the USC Texas game back, and just watching the highlights of Vince Young, Reggie Bush, and that whole those two teams, and seeing the highlights of those games, and obviously the historic games that have taken place since then and before that. So I'm really excited for the opportunity that we have because I mean, even if the record's not great, UCLA has a lot of talent on their side of the ball, and we have to go out there and give them all the respect that we need to and go out there and play our football.
We've talked about this before as well. Just the depth that you have at Penn State, the talent that you have on your team. What's it like? Give us like a little inside scoop having so many playmakers. How much does that make your job easier?
It definitely makes it easier. We have a lot of playmakers, like you said, and really all of our rooms, receivers, tight ends, running backs, O line, and obviously we have a really good quarterback room behind me too. So I think Coach K and the whole offensive staff does a great job of trying to get everybody involved early in games, because we want to be very diverse in what we're doing between personnel packages, and just concepts in general, and obviously featuring the playmakers that we have because we can get the ball out to our tight ends in space and they'll make things happen. And same with our receivers. And obviously we have, I think, the two best running backs in America, hands down. So, and the best O line in America. So just getting those guys rolling and really getting the flow early in the game. So then we're able to sustain that throughout the game is going to be the big challenge for us this week.
Something that you've been doing to help prepare for every single matchup is wearing that virtual reality headset to get some extra reps. You're even wearing it the night before the games. Can you walk us through how that actually helps you and what it's like having them on?
Yeah, so I mean, the way it helps me just repetition because there's only so many full speed reps that you get throughout the week. And you can watch, to me, you can watch all like I still watch a ton of film. You can watch all the film you want, but you can't really get the same out of it because you're not watching it in first person view. Like you don't really see it how you see it in the game, behind the O line and that sort of thing. So it really just helps me build the feel for the plays out and see spacing, timing, and obviously being able to fluctuate the speed of the defense and the offense, like just moving it up to two times speed or whatever. And also we have some very long play calls, so getting extra reps at just reading the play calls out loud and just verbalizing it, and it just helps me kind of visualize everything from that standpoint.
So cool. When you visualize what the rest of the season looks like for you, for this team, what do you hope to accomplish?
Yeah, obviously it's a one game at a time approach, one and oh mentality like we always preach. But I think, reflecting on this last week, like it could be the best thing that's happened for us. But we have to take the right approach into this week, and it starts today with our practice habits and that sort of thing. Like it doesn't matter who we're playing, like the standard's the standard, and every week we have to be finding a way to elevate it and get better. Because at the end of the day, like the championship isn't won in September. Obviously, that comes in January, and that's where we hope to be. And we can definitely use this as a catapult onto that, hopefully. And it's just about having the right mindset, no matter who we're playing or where we're playing. Just going out there, playing Penn State football, and having fun together.
Drew, have so much fun this weekend. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.